Hello, good evening. So we've been here today to discuss the importance of listening, for listening, as we have seen, is essentially the other half of communication. If we show others that we are willing to listen to them, they are more prepared to listen to us, to hear our side, and to understand it. I am here to perform 3 original songs, each exploring the theme of listening from a different perspective, each with its own true story. The first goes as follows. When my parents divorced several years ago, neither of them wanted to listen. When I insisted on bringing the family together to discuss what had happened, why it had happened, I effectively had to mediate a discussion in order for communication to be possible. This involved not only directing everybody around the table when to speak, but also when to listen, how to listen. It involved translation, explaining what was really meant by the things that were being said. When my father was explaining why he'd left home, all my mother could hear was I wanted to be selfish. Whereas when I listened, I heard him say, I didn't want to hurt anyone. When my father heard my mother shouting in anger, all he could hear was, I'm being attacked, whereas what of course she really meant to say was, I am so heartbroken that you ever could have left us. So this first song pays tribute to the unspoken things in communication, the real messages in the things that are being said beneath the veneers of self-protection. It starts off from the perspective of my mother and switches to the perspective of my father. It is called The Things I Didn't Say.
Got in the way of all the things I meant to say. I shouted something stupid. I lost it just like you did. We the same. If you'd have listened past my anger, you'd have noticed all my pain. I shouldn't have to spell it out for you. So listen like I need you to. The furies of the same. A cry for you to stay, but you're not listening. You're not listening to the things I didn't say. I was going, I'd have said something else that night. But my pride got in the way of all the things I meant to say. I shouted something stupid. I lost it just like you did. We the same. If you'd have listened more closely, you'd have noticed all the signs. Every time I tried to talk to you, you heard just what you wanted to.
Thank you very much. So this second story is about a friend of mine who is a dancer. She started dating somebody and very quickly became frustrated about not being able to really communicate with him effectively and get through to him. So she was telling me about this dream she'd had where she was dancing on a frozen body of water and the object of her frustrations was lying beneath the surface of the lake. So the more I thought about this dream, the more poignancy I saw in the metaphor. Not being able to get through to someone despite them being right there in front of you. So this song is called The Lake.
Gaze in my mirror, see what I see. Velveteen eyes of the counterfeit kind, and a face I no longer believe. Dawn broke in England, promise of rain. Word on the wind of a storm, had it eased, blowing cold in the hills far away. I dreamed I was dancing on frozen water, and there you were under the ice, out of reach, just there inside. I cried and I cried and I cried. Lights in the theater dimmed for the scene. Lift up the mask and unveil the old heart of the man I no longer believe. Out on into the night, set the lanterns alight. You have nowhere to bury my truth. I'm there in the glass, and you know in your heart why I'm pointing my finger at you. I dreamed I was dancing on frozen water, and there you were under the ice, out of reach, just there inside. I cried and I cried and I cried. The days of the past sank deep in my heart. You're drowning in phases. I can't reach out and save you or break through the ice, thaw it from my mind. I dreamed I was dancing frozen water, and then you were under the ice, out of reach, just there inside. I cried and I cried and I cried. I dreamed I was dancing on frozen water, and there you were under the ice, out of reach, just there inside. I cried and I cried and I cried.
Thank you very much. So this third and final song is in tribute to the friends we all have who are there for us, who listen to us, whether we are heartbroken about our broken families or our broken relationships, they are always there. And so this final song is called Gonna Be There. Thank you very much.
Love can never last too long. It calls on you and then it's gone. Just think of all the time we spent holding on, making amends. I need a friend, I need a friend. I need someone to help me mend, to take my life and break it down, lay the pieces all around for me. You're gonna be there for me, aren't you, babe? You're gonna make it all okay. With fire rose and candle flame, a sedative to ease the pain. I'll tell you about the dream I have. You'll say something you'll understand. You'll hear me out, you always do. Say things can only change for you. You'll hear the story till the end, and hear it all 100 times again. You're gonna be there for me, aren't you, babe? You're gonna make it all okay. You're gonna be there for me, aren't you, babe? You're gonna make it all okay. And you can say what you want to, I know you mean it. A little word or two, you're always right, it's always true, and it's never worth it. I don't deserve it, but it doesn't matter, 'cause you're gonna be there for me, aren't you, babe? You're gonna be there for me, aren't you, babe? You're gonna make it all okay. You're gonna be there for me, aren't you, babe? You're gonna make it all okay. You're gonna be there for me, aren't you, babe? You're gonna make it all okay.